Thank you very much for having me. So please raise your hand if you are aware that we live in a world of change. And that's not a rhetorical question. Raise your hand if you are aware that we live in a world of change. That means that you've been listening this morning, because a lot of people have been talking about change. We all feel it. We all know that it happens every day. We're all sensing it. We're all uncertain by it, perhaps. We're uncomfortable because of it. We don't know what to do with it. We know that it's out of our control. It's kind of out there. What do we do with it? How do we navigate it? The futurists talk about what exactly is happening in the world and why this disruptive change is taking place. What I do is I really talk about the impact of change. How do we respond to change? That's what I'm interested in. How do we navigate change because of who we are and how we show up in the world? And our attitude depends on that response. We can either see the world as this terrifying, stark desert that we're afraid of, or we can see the world as an amazing opportunity because of change. So, impact of change on people, how they think, how they feel, and what they do with that, how they behave, is really what I focus on. And what is most fascinating and what I've really learned about change is that it stimulates us in ways that actually creates a lot of stress. And so there's a massive amount of distraction that goes on. And I'm sure that none of you are really even listening to me right now because you're far too busy watching the traffic in India. And that is obviously much more interesting. And that is kind of why there are so many employees inside organizations that really are very distracted, which is possibly why we don't have very many engaged employees. It obviously sounds better now, which is why I have created a keynote called Working in an Awakened Company. The sound distracts right? There it is. So I have created a keynote called Working in an Awakened Company because the things that distract us keep us out of engagement. And what they keep us out of mostly is engaging with ourselves. So working in an awakened company is actually about waking up to yourself first, so that you can wake up to your colleagues, to your teams, to departments, to change, to industry change, to client needs, because that is what is crucial in the world of work today. I truly believe that you cannot have business development without personal development. And that's what this is all about, waking up to self, so that you can understand what to do better. So there are three key things when creating or working in an awakened organization. The first is that we need to understand the importance of building a community, because there is a fundamental need in every human being, and that is to sense that I belong. I think one of the reasons why there are so few engaged employees today is because they don't feel like they belong. And people need to feel that they are seen and heard and held in order to become emotionally engaged with where they work and who they work with, so that they can stay loyal and truly engaged. The other thing that we know about an awakened company is that people feel happy. And that's crucially important in order to motivate people, because happiness is everything. And then the last thing about working in an awakened organization is understanding the importance of purpose. So I think a lot of people have an idea of what they do. I think a lot of people have an idea perhaps of how they do it, but I'm not sure that a lot of people understand why they do it. And that's a crucial thing when one is to become emotionally engaged with what we do. So when we live in a world of so much confusion and distraction, and a world that is so unpredictable and leaves us often with feeling uncertain, I think to really focus on people and to build a sense of community inside your organization, as well as to find ways to inspire happiness within the organization, as well as to find true purpose, real meaning for why we do what we do, is fundamental to any organizational success. I would love to help you, by way of an intervention or a keynote, find these three key things to working in an awakened organization. Thank you very much.